Okay, I'm Elle. I'm a certified fitness trainer. My Instagram is ElleSweats. So I started lifting for a couple of years before I started posting on Instagram, but I was deterred from posting on Instagram from my ex-boyfriend because he thought it was like manly and all his friends would perceive me as manly and gross and it's just such a turn off. So once we ended, it like built something up inside of me because he would send me pictures of all these hot girls on Instagram and like, you know, they have these perfect bodies and he would compare me to them. So I was like, I don't think I'm far away from what these other girls are doing. So I began to start posting once we ended to just kind of prove to myself that people are attracted to jacked girls. Like just because you bench doesn't mean you're just not pretty. Just because you post doesn't mean you're not feminine, or like just because you have muscles doesn't make you feminine. So I started posting in hopes that I would grow my account. I think I felt more empowered and confident when gaining muscle. And like, I used to get a lot of compliments on just being thin from strangers, but now I get compliments on like my strength and just hard work and dedication, and that shift. And I feel like having like my hard work and like dedication recognized is more important and just like more fulfilling to me. A lot of women feel empowered by what I'm posting and say that I've helped them a lot just through my videos. When you lift, body dysmorphia is really bad, and I'm sure you know. I've kind of always struggled with my body, especially going through the story of like me being overweight and then getting super small and then strong, and that was within like 4 years. So like every year I look like a different person. Therefore, sometimes I don't even keep up with how my body's changing like mentally. And so that's been kind of an ordeal I've been dealing with. But also when you were talking about the comments that I'm getting, like positive ones, and I hesitated with like my answer because I get negative ones as well. Like I'll open it up and it will be like, oh my God, like that's just flabs and like this and that. And I'm like, am I flabs? Like sometimes like I question myself, but usually it's like people who are hiding behind like no profile or anything that's just trying to tear me down. I think that body dysmorphia has gotten worse since the rise of TikTok and social media because of just the algorithm putting the top 1%, 0.0001% of, you know, perfect bodies, and you're consuming that all the time because you're always on your phone. Whereas that's not the reality. Nobody's like that, but you're comparing yourself to that because everyone gets consumed by likes, and because a lot of people can edit their photos, and you just see like all these top 1% of genetics, and you compare yourself because like your algorithm shows you all of that, and there's just no like, you go to Walmart and not everyone looks like that, so it kind of makes you out of touch with what's going on. And yeah, it's definitely worse now than it's ever been before. I think because of social media and the influencers, there is a huge rise in steroid use. I go to the gym with the Trend Twins, or I went to their gym in Michigan, and now I go here now, and I feel like a lot of people look up to them. They want to get like as big as them, you know, have cool cars, have cute girlfriends, like they want to become them, become big, and they kind of promote it in a sense. I mean, they've never vocalized like, you guys should take it. Usually they try to like, you know, tell people not to, but just because it's in their name and what they do, like it does like make it popular. So a lot of kids do that. I know a lot of young boys who are on PEDs that shouldn't be, and they like to tell people they're natural. And I feel like that's like also kind of an issue, is like when people with PEDs are saying that they're natural, but they're kind of putting off like this fake, like where you were talking about body dysmorphia and stuff, and people saying that they're natural, and then you look up to them, but you'll never achieve that because they're on steroids. I feel like with social media and influencers like Togi and the Trend Twins, they have a very young demographic, and it definitely influenced a bunch of them to hop on. And I know even 16-year-olds that are on it and just ruining their health just for a little bit of an ego boost. I have not done steroids. I am a natural athlete and I take pride in that. I feel like a lot of people on social media accuse me of not being a natural athlete because of how much weight I gained in such little time, or like muscle mass development, but I was really just super skinny. I have been tempted before. Obviously, everyone has. It's like in the gym because it's very normalized now, or like it's always just kind of, it's very popular in the lifting space, especially like with the way that the internet is now, that you can kind of get illegal substances pretty easily. Whereas like before, back in the day, you had to, know a guy that knows a guy to get it. So it's been very prominent. Yes, I think there is actually a huge pressure to start OnlyFans accounts in the fitness realm, because as a fitness influencer, as a female, they're very overly sexualized. You can look at any photo, it's very sexualized. No matter what it is, if you're posing your hamstrings, glutes, whatever, you're showing off your body. That's kind of what bodybuilding is. It's like displaying your body and your hard work. But when that's taken away from that kind of culture, and another culture kind of sees like the average Joe seeing bodybuilding, they sexualize it. Like, females, they're in their bikinis, they're looking all cute, whatever. So that's like overly sexualized, and so a lot of product promotion and whatever for them to make sales, it's usually like booty shorts and this and that, and they don't get paid as much as male influencers, so they kind of have to make up for that. And I feel as if because they don't get as much money, because there's not as many girls who are like, they don't make as many sales as men, because I feel like a lot of men want to buy the products that the male influencers are promoting, whereas like not so many girls want to be fit, I guess, in a sense. So they don't make as many sales, so they want to make more money. And OnlyFans is a crazy way to make a lot of money. I know a lot of people that do similar things to OnlyFans, not necessarily OnlyFans. Actually, I know a couple people that do OnlyFans, but there's also a new thing called fanfics, where it's like not as sexual, but like you can still like have little booty pictures or like whatever. And they've made more than 10K a month from just pictures they post on their Instagram, but make it more exclusive. So I feel like there's a huge temptation in the fitness world for that.
Advice or
don't do drugs, find God, don't do OnlyFans, lift weights, big is good.